Okay, so now let's take a look at why the GPS method works from a spiritual explanation type of view. So really what this is hearing your spirit from the spiritual point of view. Of course, we've got our mind, which is our brain, our conscious perception. We've got our body, which is in many ways completely linked to our subconscious. And our spirit is the overarching thing that's guiding us throughout. And this concept of hearing your spirit is, imagine that your spirit already knows what you want to accomplish here. Before you even incarnated here, your spirit knew the mission that you wanted to do, and you chose it. So imagine it's like setting up the conditions for your life so that you have the challenges that set you up to be able to learn the lessons, to be able to develop the qualities, to be of service for your specific mission that you've set for yourself. So when we use the GPS method and you connect to your spirit, you're getting the optimal path of how to navigate your current practical challenges in a way that's in alignment with your true mission of why you're here. And that true mission happens to be aligned with your masterpiece as well, because that's your best way of giving service to the world through your unique passions and through your genius. So the GPS method brings practicality to hearing your spirit instead of it being this kind of abstract thing. And especially in the spiritual type of conversation, usually there's this concept of like follow your heart. But that's kind of soft. It's kind of ambiguous, and it's kind of gotten a bad rap in some places. Whereas maybe following your heart doesn't lead to the practical decisions. And sometimes, especially in life and business, hard decisions have to be made that we don't want to do, but we have to do it. So also like follow your flow, that's kind of this concept. Well, there's a lot of times where we got resistance and it's not in flow to do it. So it's like, okay, but at the same time, we know that being in flow is such a powerful thing. So follow your flow doesn't really address the times when it's resistance and when it's the times where you want to be in flow. And what's the difference between them? And another example of this is like follow your highest excitement. Well, being business owners, we just know instinctively that there's been a lot of times we had to make decisions that it was the last thing we wanted to do, but we had to do it. So follow your highest excitement is missing, it's leaving things on the table. And follow your passion. Well, there's a lot of truth in that, and I've spoken on this a lot too, yet if we just leave it at that, it's like not entirely true, because sometimes we need to do the things that we're not necessarily passionate about to build up a skill or to do something in the meantime to help us be a stepping stone of where we want to be. So all of these, I believe, have elements of truth in them, yet each one doesn't fully follow the whole truth, so to speak. And the GPS method helps you use the truth in all of these by moment in a very practical way that is very down to earth and incredibly effective. And another way of looking at this, of your spirit, is the GPS method helps us synthesize mind, body, and spirit, the subconscious, the energy in us, the emotions, and help us get the exact answer. Because remember, our subconscious mind has the processing power that's millions of times more powerful than our conscious mind. So it will allow us to make connections that our conscious mind just literally doesn't have the processing power to do. And another way to look at this is the different levels of our spirit. So if we're looking at this from a spiritual point of view, there's many different layers to ourselves. And we have our physical self right down there, and there's these different energetic layers that form who we are all the way up to the soul level. And without going really deep into it, just giving you an overview, imagine these different layers. And when you're connecting to your spirit through the GPS method, it allows you to basically get intelligence down from your spirit that allows you to move in a better way, in a more optimal way, that's totally aligned with your mission. And the way that this really makes sense to me is an example of, say, ants. So if you look at ants on the ground, they're busy, they're doing their own thing. And from our point of view, we're looking down, we can see such a bigger picture than they can see. They can only see just what's in front of them. So, for example, they might be marching towards, an end in the road or water, and they might not be able to see it because there's something blocking their way. But since we have a higher vantage point, we can see what's on the other side. That's how I look at it with our spirit. Is our spirit can see the big picture that our conscious mind here in the physical reality, we can't see it. We're just like the ants. Those ants work together and they do incredible things as a unit. And us as humans, like we do incredible things with our conscious mind. Yet from a spirit point of view, our spirit can see the bigger picture and can see all the different things that we can't see. So instead of being confined, just like the ants were confined to their level of perception, we can quiet our conscious mind and allow the GPS method to open up the channel for our spirit to drop in guidance that will allow us to move forward in ways that we would have never seen before. And this is what I've seen for myself, this is what I've seen for others with the GPS method, is it allows us to make moves and get insights and get guidance that are totally not even in our frame of reference or our point of view. And it ends up being, and it only takes a few times to do this before a trust is built, where it's like, wow, this works, and it's way better than trying to figure out everything with my conscious mind. So that's what I invite you to test this out for yourself. And I'm pretty sure you've had experiences where you had already in your life where you had an intuition, you had a gut feeling, you had an instinct, and it didn't necessarily make sense up here, but you followed that for whatever reason, and it ended up getting you incredible results, life-changing things. So the GPS method is a way of practically using those benefits and not just leaving it to chance, not just leaving it to something that just only happens once in a while, but saying, hey, no, there's something really powerful here, something very practical here, something very effective here. And to use it moment by moment in your big decisions, your little decisions, and everything in between. Because from a spiritual point of view, our spirit is here to guide us at every step of the way. So the thing is to open up to it, allow the guidance come through, and not have to figure everything out by ourselves with our conscious mind, which we know is very limited compared to our subconscious, and from a spiritual context, very limited to what our spirit can do. So that's what I've got for you in this video. Test it out for yourself. Let me know how it goes, especially in the Facebook group, and I'll see you in the next video.